Welcome everybody out to another week of GunPla and Chill. Getting us started off with some Gundam narrative soundtrack for the day, for the evening. Got some things going on here as well. Gonna show once, of course, where we're at first. We got two of these bad boy looking shields. I'm actually super happy with how they turned out in general. And we've got our other weapons, right arm, left arm, and then of course just the adjacent pieces that go on the arm themselves. I don't know why I have, and then of course we painted the arm joints here too. Let them dry, haven't moved them now for over a week, specifically here, to make sure that they are good. I want to have as little scratching as possible with these joints. But that's what we're looking at so far. Pretty good looking stuff. Now we're going to be working on a little bit of this, and I really want to focus on the backpack for tonight. So as I get ready, listen up to the rest of this song, and then we'll get kicked off right afterwards. Alrighty. So the first things that we're going to look at tonight, so we're working on like the full back this evening. There's going to be some painting that needs to be done, and I actually doing some research here specifically about this, about the Unicorn Gundam. There's some things that I noticed as well. So we got a special build going on here in the first place. The fact that we're going with a different color scheme than the Perfectibility, changing the whites, excuse me, the blues in some places to whites, and changing like the blue cycle frames as well to kind of like that perfect green color. I'm going to call it that because that's what we see it when the miracles and the other stuff happens as well. So that being the case, that's going to also drive an interesting challenge for us. And so within our instructions, we're going to be right here. This is the jetpack piece. We got our 4 thrusters, piece that covers over, la-di-da-di-da as well. But this is where it gets interesting. So these are like extra psycho frames, extra, let's see what it's, I don't know if they have a name for it. Yeah, there's not really a name for it in general, but let's just call it extra psycho frame pieces. They're two-tone in many areas as well, so that's good. So that means we only have to paint half of it. The other half will stay white. But interestingly enough, though, this odd-looking piece, and I've already got one cut out here as well. So there's one of them. So that is actually going to need a special type of treatment. Since we're going with the green color in the first place, we actually have these areas right here that are supposed to be psycho frame color, specifically. Here's another one, and then there's one right up inside of here. And so that's got to be painted. However, though, I was looking to see, like, hey, where did this color come from? Why is it gold or whatever the case is in this instance? This appears to match the color of the antenna specifically on Banshee Gundam. So that being the case, that means that this needs to match the colors of the V. Excuse me, I said antenna, but the V fin. So it needs to match the V fin color of our Unicorn Gundam. So that being the overall case, what does that look like? It's this color. So we need to paint all of this, not the lines inside of here, this color. While at the same time, this needs to be painted the Psycho Frame green color. We got our hands full now. This is actually going to be quite the painting challenge, which I'm both scared and excited for. So, at least for tonight, we're going to do the soft assembly, just so I can get all the parts cut out and get them all ready to go for this painting. My particular worry is getting this right here. How in the devil are we going to get that painted? This super, super small area right in here. Psycho frame, psycho frame, psycho frame. Yeah. Gotta find a way to do that. How did I find that psycho frame? If you look up there, there's a real grade Noir Gundam Final Battle version. That version specifically has exactly what we're looking for in it. It shows the gold pieces and how they match once again the V-fin and how they pop out when it goes into destroy mode. So that's what we're looking to mimic. Once again, got our work cut out for us. This, on the other hand, is a much easier version of the same thing that we need to paint. So we have the Psycho frame color right here in these lines, and then the rest of it's going to be gold. It's either that or we could do the reverse, where we just, I mean, either way, this has to be fully painted. Like, I just don't see a way around it. Because even if we, I mean, that's not the right blue for anything, and it's stickers, and I'm not about to do that. So, without any further ado, let's start working on that backpack, because we're going to have to paint the backpack specifically as well. So, just want to go ahead and get everything cut out for it. Looking to do our soft assembly first. Oh, and we also are going to work on this too. So this is fine and dandy and looks good, but if you look on the other side, lots of holes. So we're going to get some Milliput and we're going to fill this bad boy in and make it nice and solid. Because that just, I mean, I guess we're not going to see too much of it. I don't know. I just don't like it. Don't like it as is. And plus I got some Milliput right here. So we're gonna cut out the back pieces. I have been doing something else a little bit different than the instructions, and that is that I'm using the bigger thrusters that are meant for a different part of the Gundam as the main ones for the back. And here they are. These ones right here. Welcome on in, thanks for joining tonight. We are working specifically on this backpack for this Perfectibility Unicorn. Not going speed build style, we did that yesterday. So this is all about, today's about focus and finding out, once again, what's going to be right for this guy. As it is going to take some work. And good gracious, I have, man, this Gundam's got so many extra parts too. Like there's just so many. gonna be fun to deal with at the end of it all, but hopefully you had a good Sunday. It's been relaxing for you. If you had to work today, we appreciate you. Any of those jobs that require you to work on Sunday, they are needed business. Having done many of them myself, or worked many Sundays in addition to it. Hopefully you get your days off coming soon. I do have a monstrosity to show you guys as well later this evening. My 5-year-old son asked me to make a rainbow Sinaju just because right now he's in love with all the colors. All the colors are good. That being the case, he wanted a rainbow Sinaju, and I obliged. So I finally finished up painting. Yes, indeed, a rainbow Sinaju. I also did another crazy thing here as well, and I put up more Gundam shelves. There are so many shelves now. I absolutely love it. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then a huge 8 one. So I've already put 70 up on the shelf and looking to get 70 more up there. But in my defense, I have taken some down. If you're willing to share, how big is your backlog? Or how many do you have built? Just throw it in the chat. I'd love to hear about your collection. Alright, got those clipped out, partially cleaned up. There's not much stopping it. Yeah, it's gonna be covered up with paint. This one's interesting though. So this is gonna be two-tone. We're only gonna paint one side of it, and this is gonna be the side that's gonna be solid gold with the Psycho Frame colors as well. They mention in Unicorn Gundam when Banshee Noir goes into space, the one that has Riddy inside of it, that it has more Psycho Frame on it, specifically. What's the difference is that they got rid of the amazing weapon, which I don't know why they did that. Maybe it's not useful in space. I don't know. But his backpack has this fold out of these, I don't know, let's call them Psycho Frame wings or Psycho wings. Ooh, Psycho wings. I don't know if they gave him a name, but they just mentioned that they added more Psycho Frame to his mobile suit. That being the case, these pieces are the result of that. Specifically. Oh, I wonder if that's actually Psycho Frame right up in here too. It's kind of hard to see, but right there. It's possible. I might actually need to look at a source image. And this is where Gundam fandom comes into real big handy. Got some good pictures of it. Nope, no Psycho Frame there. Just straight up plastic. Or just straight up frame. I do have to say the unicorn version of Banshee just looks so freaking menacing. Its V-fin is just super awesome. Kind of reminds me of like the Tall Geese 2 like Mohawk a little bit there, but just even crazier awesome. there we go. It's kind of blade-like right there. I clean up all these pieces first, then we're gonna do that soft snap here together. Alright. Yeah, looks like I'm got a piece still in the box still. I was cutting some of it out and looking at it beforehand. Kind of prepping for what we wanted to do tonight. Yep. There it is. Saves the cleanup though. You don't have to watch me sand it. I'm not going with very hard sandpaper here. Most of it's kind of hidden. I chipped the blade of my knife and I haven't put a new blade in it yet, so sanding is a good option here. Actually, in all honesty, sanding is usually a great option in general. So if you can do it, try to do it. And I know I think I said this like every single stream that I talk about this sandpaper, but I need to get some new ones. Maybe that'll be on somebody's Christmas list. Send it out to that fam. Alright, one more piece to really find out how these are going to look all together. It's also interesting because it's all based upon where the beam sabers are held at for this mobile suit. I did a makeshift specifically with I'm going to call it the full frontal unicorn. I did a what if kind of kit bash of if full frontal got the unicorn Gundam, how would it look as well. I actually have that close by too. But anyway, in there I had to modify the wing pack. Wing pack? Yeah, let's call it that. To hold some SD Sanaju's thrusters from the back. It actually came out pretty cool looking if you ask me. Good little bit of milliput and some modifications. There's my red unicorn. Very Xeon-esque. The backpack. And all the psycho frames that go with it. Oh, and yes, it does have the real gauge Sanaju's beam rifle as well. I just couldn't say no to that. I mean, I had it left over from this monstrosity. Oh, here it is. Let's make a special appearance now. It is called a Rainbow Sanaju. Look at that. What I actually, believe it or not, my favorite part of this is the backpack. I did it monochromatic with this color scheme, and it's actually, to be honest, it's my favorite part. That's the only part I got to custom. Everything else, my son picked out the colors as we went. So there it is. He loves it. I think it's my Frankenstein of paint work, very unique. And I think the reason why for me, it's just so weird because I just know the original color scheme of Sanaju, and it just seems so off to me being in this form. Because I really do like Sanaju, especially the Sanaju Wise is probably one of my top three designs. Absolutely love it. Whatever designs you like, go ahead and throw them in the chat. Or jump on over to Discord. Show us what you got there too. But yeah, I have right now outside of the SD kits, I don't consider those part of the equation here. I'm not a really big fan of SD kits. Extremely large amounts of work, surprisingly, if you want them to look accurate. But anyway, I've got all versions of Sanaju. I got the prototype version, I've got the Sanaju Stein from Narrative Gundam or NT, and then I've got the Sanaju Wise I just finished up. He looks pretty good too. But yeah, it's one of the few Gundams I have all the forms for it. All the different forms. Not every single model kit, but all the different forms, that's for sure. Alright, so let's put this together. It shows us like that. I think I see. Oh yes, like this. And then this sits here. Yep, I see that. Like such. And then from that we have this. And once again, this sits in the backpack, and you'll see it's like yeah, right here. Oh, wait, the other side, right there. Curious though, I think this is supposed to be gray instead of white. I mean, it holds the beam sabers. That part I know. Give me a quick second here, guys. I am looking through some more source art for it. And I think my theory is correct. It's actually really hard to see. We're not getting a lot of images of the beam sabers by themselves. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, but I'm thinking like right here, we kind of have a cutoff line too. Like right here down below is supposed to be the gray color, which we can do that. It's just gonna have to be, yeah, not even really have to be hand painted. We can just do it. So, yeah, so this stays Gundam color. This has got to be painted. Actually, does that have to be? Man, all the source art needed for this, because the thing is that what we're going with here just does not exist. So we're just looking at the Banshee Noir and getting an idea. And especially like if you're trying to do like a high grade and getting that information, you do want to grab pictures of like master grades, maybe even perfect grades as well. Watch the show to get those color accuracies. If not, you just won't be able to find the images for it. Okay, Yeah, so I found a master grade version. It is just the normal color. It's kind of like the separator between the two. It's good to see a lot of live, like how do I determine my color schemes tonight? Not to say they're anything special or fancy. Just that's my process. Alright. So we got those pieces. We're going to clean up the rest of this. I got a really good color for these pieces in general. I made it for, I don't even remember now. Maybe Deathscythe, maybe even Sanaju, I don't know. It's just been sitting there, and I just use it every now and then. Like all this color when it comes around, it's just few and far, so I made a big bottle of that paint for some odd reason, but it's now been used quite a bit. Which in this case, I'm not mad. Because I don't remember the original recipe. When I run out, it's gonna be gone. I think I found one of the base colors for it though the other day. So that's a start, right? Now this piece merges with the other part of the backpack. That's why I saved any sanding until I get them together like this. So now we can actually go over and make sure these lines are nice and crisp with it. Maybe something a little bit more aggressive. It's not going down fast enough. Switch it over to that 120. But if you go with really low grit, just be careful, would be my suggestion. It likes to get aggressive real fast. So just very softly use it. So light touches. Also at the same time, a big thing to note here. Excuse me. A big thing to note when using it is that if you only use it a little bit, it can leave some really bad deep scratches that your next higher grits don't get rid of so easily. So there we go, you can see we got a nice and smooth there. I'm only going to use it on these sections. Everything else that you already saw me nip, I'm going to leave pretty much as is. Maybe throw a little 400 on it. Or 600, excuse me. Alright, that looks good now. And just goes to show you that sometimes no matter how much sanding you do, you still have injection sites. So that's why I super highly recommend that for dark colors, paint them. Paint them, paint them, paint them. They'll look so much better at the end of the day. A little bit here at the ends. I do like to, generally speaking with this piece, I paint it all solidly together as well. So I'm gonna pull it apart here for a bit just to clean out the extra like sanding dust I got in between the parts. And then just to give this a quick sand down too. Probably need to go a little bit lower. Alright, now I'm happy with it. Put it back together here. And you can see this is how this looks. It's so big actually. It's kind of crazy how they're actually even touching right there. That little bit there. But what it's boiled down to is that this sticks on the back like that. Oh, maybe we don't need to milliput that. Look how not visible it is. Like it's right up against these extra wings. Yeah, I'm not actually. I was really gonna show you guys that milliput. I'm super sorry if I'm disappointing at this stage, but the big thing to remember about with a lot of these model kits, guys, even the perfect kits that you see, smoke and mirrors. We are not going to see any of those elements on the inside, which kudos to Bandai for designing that. Less plastic means, you know, then saving money per se, but us still having all the elements that we need to make this look right. So now we just have to paint that the rest of our colors there. So that's really, really good though. These pieces, gonna make them solid gold. And here's what I'm thinking is that, so we're gonna make that the gold color that we saw for like the V fin to match it. But we're gonna paint that after we get in some tape in here. We're gonna get some tape, brand fresh new blade. Put the tape on top of that, press it down as best we can, and then just cut out the tape specifically for those spots. So we gotta paint it and seal it first for the psycho frame color piece, and then afterwards you're just gonna go solid gold there afterwards. And so that's my plan, to try to get that two-tone look and to get that psycho frame look as well. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be tough. So I'm gonna take this to the paint lab first, and we're gonna actually it looks like there's another psycho frame. Yeah, there's another psycho frame right here. Maybe runs down right here. Let's look at another source image. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yep, it's definitely a Psycho Frame Priest. And the same master grade that I was looking at before. it shows that it's got a psycho frame there. But surprisingly, this other one on the inside is not. Interesting. Curious. Alright, anyway, we got an idea where we need to go with it. So, lots of work to go on there with that. This, not so much. That's awesome. Pleasant surprise this evening. And a sneeze to go with it. Oh, that Gundam sawdust now. Or, excuse me, Gundam sanding dust. Just a little bit of sand in here to clean it up. Get it ready for painting. And we totally forgot to grab 2 other pieces. Got so clip happy that I forgot what all pieces I need to grab. But as I've now literally built this backpack 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 times. Pretty close to knowing it all for this piece. Almost done. Alright, now, kind of my least favorite part. I kind of wish that Bandai would just do like their injection for these, just straight from the top. Like, this seems like the ideal spot. Put it there, let us shave it down. Still a lot of plastic in general there, but like these areas where they're rounded, I hate cutting into the plastic like I do so often. Clearly I just suck, but outside of that, plus sometimes they get just so hard to hold. So I try to keep a clip with me, one that just like slides up in there. Or in this case a toothpick. And that way we can just lightly sand away on it, rotate it. I also try to avoid using my straight blade clippers on the thrusters, because when they dig in a straight line. Versus like a V shape. V shape is a little bit easier to work with. The last time I did my Unicorn Gundam, I totally saved these for last. I'm kind of the person that likes to get like the hard things out of the way first. But I did a bad job, and I kept putting it off and kept putting it off, and it was just, ugh, the worst. Procrastination is not a fun thing. But we're almost done with this, and we're about to go get those. There's two final pieces here. One of them needs like next to no cleaning, and the other one needs just a little bit. Now I am leaving the other thrusters off for right now, just because I know where these ones go. These are the bigger ones, and I use those for the main thrusters on this kit. Now that, once again, I've done it 5 times before. So GunPla is freedom anyways. I want to have bigger thrusters, so just give me my bigger thrusters. That's that, and now we need a good old psycho frame piece. So much psycho frame left. Like, what is it that's left? Well, if you look at all these are the legs. Most of this is the legs. Like 99% of what's left is the legs right now. Alright, that's false. Not 99%, but a very high percentage. Oh, I guess there's the shoulders right here. Shoulders, but then legs, oh, and then torso and chest. I will rectify myself. Hey, no worries, Eva Mikey. It's good to have you here. Sadly, we're almost getting to that point where we're almost done. But if you want, I'm going to upload it all to YouTube. And you can get caught back up. We talked specifically about the paint job for this backpack. It's going to be quite interesting. The backpack itself is not going to be, but this extra, these psycho frame wings. Psycho wings, ooh, are going to be the hardest part. Yeah, and the reason why it's going to be so hard is going to be the masking that we have to do for it. The masking is going to be kind of tough. Some of these parts I pulled out my best gorilla fingers for, so I can show you how to do these as a gorilla. Oh, well, thanks for working so late for us tonight. I am just doing my favorite part of the day, which is sanding. It's our favorite part of any Gundam build, right? Which, by the way, Eva Mikey, awesome work on your speed build yesterday. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad you did too. And just for everybody else though as well, I'm definitely looking to do another one of these. The idea is to get these on your shelf the quickest way possible. Doesn't mean that we're not going to backtrack and finish painting them and making them all look per day, but just definitely get them from start to finish the quickest. So next one, Saturday again, seems like it's a good day, and then as well as I'm thinking the Saturday just after Thanksgiving, if you guys are available. I haven't decided which one I'm gonna do yet for that. I do have Calamity version of Flowers Gundam, which I'm super pumped for. Not only that, I'm super excited because I got this one from Japan, and it was a P Bandai, or as you can see, it's a P Bandai. However, though, what's really awesome about it is that I got it for free. So I have all of my Calamity War based Gundams that I want for my Calamity War piece that I'm looking to do. It is going to be awesome. I am ready. I want to do that build or do that set, but it's going to be some time before I get to it all. We're going to kind of soft snap this in here, see what pieces I missed, if any. I think we have them all now. I just don't fully remember where. I guess this goes right here. Yeah, just like that. Ooh, I almost forgot it. So there we go. Throw our thrusters, smaller thrusters go in there. Big ones go right there. Yeah, I am super glad we're painting that because look how nonchalant that is. It's just, it doesn't really stand out. And of course, we want all of our stuff to stand out here. But I'm actually stoked to try this out. So let's put this into place. Let's put this into place. Let's put this little doohickey. That's the technical term for that as well, is the doohickey. Right there. Gonna throw this on. Alright. Looking pretty solid. Oh, but wait. There's more. And hey, Evo, Mikey, white kits just make it really easy to put them on the shelf fast. It doesn't have to be. The iron-blooded orphan kits actually do a really good job of hiding a lot of their stuff, so I would even recommend that too. Their frames are pretty solidly gray, so those would be good ones. Dang, it's so big. It's so massive. Like that is just, and you can't feel it, but it is like super heavy. For this piece. It's super awesome at the same time though. So that's the backpack. That's how it will sit on the Gundam itself. It's just so big. But I can't help but love it. I can't help but love it. So looks awesome. I can't wait till we get the colors matching correctly for it. So that's why I'm gonna have to spend like a whole daggum episode just getting this all right. So, but that is also super pleasing. The fact that these cover up are fully covered up. Thanks, Evo Mikey. Yeah, this is. I love the fact that once again the holes in this metal in this back piece is covered up. It's just right now that's the win of the day. Because I thought we were gonna have to milliput that, fill all these gaps up and everything, and then sand it down, which was gonna be some work too, because there's a lot of angles here. But I'm super stoked that it's all covered up. So that's ready for the paint shop. Ready for the paint shop. And this is, yeah, I think we're outside of the small thrusters, which I'm not going to paint them until I start painting some of those other ones that I'm going to be doing for it. But now we're at this assembly for the night, taking apart this so we can go paint it up. Have it ready for you guys next week. And I don't think there's going to be any trick to, there's just going to be work to get those back elements to match it the way that it's supposed to. It's literally just going to take some work. So if you're interested to see how we're going to mask that, I'm happy to show it. But I'm going to do one of them definitely off camera first and then show you how to do the other one. What I will do specifically is paint the psycho frame color on the inside lines. And then show you how we're going to do the gold and separate for the gold. So that'll be next episode. We got a lot of work for the painting of this. The good news is, the real good news is though, is like this is like the real last thing that's got heavy, crazy paint job stuff. And this was only because I recognized it from looking at some pictures of some other work of this Gundam itself. So we are now ready to take this painting. Let's see, we got, yeah, that's Psycho Frame color, Psycho Frame, Psycho Frame. There's a little bit of Psycho Frame here too as well. But then a lot of gold there afterwards. These ones are all, oh well, I'm gonna top coat this specifically, and I'm pretty sure that these are gray, so I'm gonna grab another one. Yeah, they're gray. You can see they're gray, right where the beam sabers would sit, so just below right there, just like I was thinking. So that's gonna be gray. This is the brother of it, the Banshee. Came out looking pretty solid. I'm happy with it at least. So, I know some of you, I know you just joined, but we are definitely actually at that time where we are finishing up for the night. I'm super sorry. So I wish I had more to show you, but hey, we got to see the final pieces here. I'm gonna upload it up to YouTube if you want to watch the whole thing. Talking about Unicorn and what we found out here. So, as it stands though, I wish you all good night, happy week. Hope to see you on Gundam Wings Day, where we're going to be starting out with the blue. I said the red one, but I've actually decided the blue one, and here's the reason why: the number scheme. Yes, the V8 is listed as number 1. The Mercurius is listed as number 2. So with that, V8 is going to be first. I got the perfect blue for it. I'm super excited to paint and make that Gundam come to, or Gundam? Yeah, Gundam come to life. So stick tuned. Oh, awesome, Evo Mikey. And then also when you stream, I will join yours as well. So I'm pumped to see that in addition to that. So, yeah, we'll catch you guys later. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you next week. And if not, hopefully a little bit sooner, maybe Gundam Wings Day. Take care. We'll see you then.